Freedom of information. Give councils more protection against trivial requests. Despite introducing it, Tony Blair famously repudiated freedom of information, FOI, citing it as one of the two biggest mistakes of his time as Prime Minister. Whether you see it as a democratic bulwark or a pain in the neck, one of its drawbacks is the way some applicants use FOI as a stick with which to beat an organization or employee they don't like. Under Section 14, requests which are vexatious or repetitious can be rejected. The second part is easy. If the applicant's request has previously been answered, nothing has changed and they ask again. But a request that is vexatious has always been more difficult, especially as one person's vexatious sniping is another's awkward request about waste or corruption. Public authorities cannot refuse just because a person is annoying or difficult. The Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, has rejected vexatious requests before, especially where they cause upset and annoyance, or where their effect is deliberately burdensome. But they usually insisted that a vexatious refusal had to fit a template of 5 themes. Questionable requests could get through if they didn't slot into the template. A decision at the upper-tier tribunal earlier this year overturned this approach and the system is following through on it. The case concerned requests about health and safety matters made by Mr. Dransfield to Devon County Council. The tribunal's decision, agreeing that Dransfield's requests were vexatious, effectively brings in a common-sense, plain-language interpretation of this area. The template is gone, and authorities simply explain convincingly why they think the request is unacceptable. A single offensive request can be rejected, and so might a torrent of requests that are individually benign. Intemperate language and unreasonable persistence can be enough to stop a request. The fact that an applicant's requests cover varied topics does not stop a vexatious refusal, it did before. Crucially, the tribunal exploded one of FOI's clichés. When looking at a potentially vexatious request, the organization does not have to be applicant blind. Vexatious refusals are not a decision about the public's need to know, but whether the applicant has crossed a line of acceptable behavior. The Information Commissioner reacted quickly, releasing expanded guidance that includes a wide variety of vexatious examples from making unfounded accusations to making a request purely for entertainment. Zombie apocalypse requests may finally be killed off as a result. The ICO have subsequently upheld a series of vexatious refusals, and in recent months, a number of cases have used the Dransfield case to reject applicants' appeals. While most requests will be unaffected, the chief danger of the Dransfield decision is that some will go on a refusal spree and come unstuck. The Commissioner and the tribunals will uphold an applicant's right to make legitimate requests. Cornwall Council were ordered to do nearly 30 hours of work to provide planning information, despite agreeing that this would be a manifestly unreasonable task because of the public interest in disclosure. Nevertheless, the Dransfield decision tips the scales against the vexatious applicant, even if they think their campaign is justified. Applying it sensibly will allow public authorities to resist abuses of the system, even if the difficult and awkward requests will, rightly, keep on coming.